I want to dig into that a bit more. You know, beating the Mercedes, comfortably clear of the Ferraris, Max and Red Bull in your sights. How on earth is this possible?
I know, I was saying it before, I don't think I've ever seen Max from start to finish, not even in my Red Bull days. So it's nice to see him. And actually at the end of the race, we were almost one of the quickest cars on track. So yeah, it's a great turnaround. The car's been feeling good all weekend. From the very first lap we drove around the track in FP1, I knew it was going to be a good weekend. And it's not going to be like this every weekend. We need to take these moments. It's why yesterday was so disappointing, because I thought we might not have a moment again to score points like that. Obviously, there was still tomorrow, today, and we still did it, so I'm very happy.
Congrats, mate. You had that battle with Lewis right up until the end. What's your read of that, and also just how far Williams have come, that even on a difficult day, you were still able to score points?
Yeah, very happy and proud as a team to be fighting the top 4 cars, because also the Mercedes, I felt like today we were almost quicker than them. Good news. We just need to keep going as a team. There'll be tracks where we might have this opportunity again, and I want to be the first one to maximize it. Other tracks will be back in the midfield, fighting the midfield, but this weekend was nice to see that we could fight the Mercedes and the Ferraris.
On that battle with Lewis, what was your kind of read of how it went?
I think last lap obviously went for it, as a gap and went for it. I think he reacted a bit to my move. He caught him a bit by surprise, and he started moving to the left, braking, which if you apply the rule book to the letter, you cannot do that because that's moving under braking. But last lap, last corner, obviously everyone's going to be a bit on the limit.
Thanks, Carlos. I mean, how bad did the car feel immediately after? Did you kind of feel like that was inevitable?
Yeah, it's got a nice feeling when you know that, you're basically in for a long afternoon, we're waiting for rain, and it's drizzling at points and just giving you the tiniest bit of hope. And then, but the car was broken anyway, so it was never, it was going to be a tough one regardless.
Hard luck, Ian. Overall, when you look at the pace of the weekend, just missing out on a point today, do you think there's just a bit more performance to find, essentially, or do you need upgrades on this car to really push you back to where you were at the start of the season?
I think it's mainly you look at the Williams, they are the one who made a big step forward. I think we are doing a good job, but definitely the last 2 races, they've been really, really good. I think it's also track dependent. Maybe we'll be back in shape in European races, but yeah, we need to keep working.
Right, hard luck. Thanks. Up until that point, it looked like you'd made some progress. I think you got 2 or 3 places early doors as well. Did you feel quite good in the car?
Yeah, it was going okay. I mean, nothing special. It's really difficult to overtake, and I spent a good chunk of that race stuck, in DRS train, and that's obviously not ideal for the tires. But I think it was developing well. We had decent pace, probably not enough to challenge for the points, but decent. And unfortunate to finish, to not finish today.
Hard luck, Ollie, thanks. One of those fights was obviously with Lewis. I know you ultimately lost it, but to be battling a Ferrari does kind of show where this team is going, doesn't it? That you're able to be fighting a kind of...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's obviously great to be fighting. It means that we did really a good job in qualifying yesterday because, we went a little bit backwards today, unfortunately. So we'll keep at it. I think there's some good learnings out of this weekend and some good expectations on the next ones as well. So looking forward to it.
Thanks, Nick. Hard luck. It feels like you're just so close to being able to fight the cars in front for points. What does it just need upgrades, or do you think there is more to learn?
It needs a little more performance. A bit more performance, a bit more harmony and balance in the car. Team is pushing for an upgrade in Barcelona. So hopefully that will, give us that edge.
Great stuff, thank you. I know that you haven't obviously scored today, but what positives can you take overall from the weekend? What positives can you take overall from the weekend?
I mean, the pace, we know the car we have at the moment, we can make a decent lap in quali, but when we get to the races, we struggle a little bit more. And the pace was not that bad today. Honestly, we were there keeping up with Haas and RB, a little bit slower than them, but what we expected. And shame. But that's part of the game. Sometimes you finish the races in a good position. Sometimes this type of things happen. A long time I didn't have a DNF in my, a DNF of technical issue in my career, and it happened.
How much do you think it is that maybe the team isn't kind of delivering the kind of performance, and it's other teams like Williams who've obviously made that huge step?
Yeah, Williams made a huge step, but I think not really regarding only compared to them, compared to all the other cars. We were on the back foot throughout the whole weekend, so I want to believe and probably hope that it's more related to this track and the tarmac and the conditions we faced. But yeah, honestly, at the minute we just need more time to get some answers.
Are there any upgrades on the horizon, or is it also focused on 26 that this might be quite painful for quite a while?
I think it's going to be painful. I think at the beginning of the year, we knew that it's going to be a very long season, 24 races, but we tried to improve the car for sure. We want to get better. The team is doing everything is possible to bring upgrades to Imola and the following races, and hopefully some of those will make the car a lot faster. And championship is long, and the hope will be always there.
Right, hard luck, Fernando. Thank you.